Hi.
Hello.
I forgot that I'm supposed to be giving space for us to edit. I did this on the another video too, and I started editing these.
I think they call it the millennial pause. It's a thing.
Where people just pause before they put a camera. Oh, I don't do that. Apparently I'm not a millennial. I mean, we've covered this before. You know, I do like Ed Sheeran, but mostly for his hot sauce. That's where the shirt is from. Thank you, Kathy. I wear it all the time. Okay. Hi, I'm Ethan.
I'm Emily.
Welcome to our podcast about our lovely little yarn shop in Christchurch, New Zealand, which I think is getting lovelier by the minute. I don't know how you've been feeling.
It's getting fuller too.
Yeah, new layout, which has been really exciting. New, we're gonna re-up the layout again in the next 2 weeks, which is gonna be a baller move. And then we are adding new yarns so fast, I can't even finish projects in them before we get another new one, right?
Yeah.
It's, pardon my language, fucking awesome. So we're going to tell you about a whole bunch of new stuff that we just brought in from our wonderful friends at Isager. We're going to start teasing the fact that our anniversary day is coming up, and you're going to want to have that day marked on your calendars nice and early. Now we're time shifting slightly away from Emily's birthday, which we will still celebrate separately, and time warping to the 5th, correct?
Because that is my birthday.
That is your birthday.
The Saturday the 6th.
The 6th. Are you sure you don't just want to have a party here on your birthday again? It went so well last year.
I'm sure. I might get my hair cut again. It's been a year.
The time has come, everyone. Go back to the first podcast. It's unwatchable, but go back to it. You'll see what we mean. Okay, so all of that out of the way, please, if you have the time and you're watching this, we would love it if you could go down and click subscribe. And also if you could click, there is indeed a notification bell that you can click to let you know when our hot new episode drops. Because the last two, okay, one I forgot to upload, full disclosure, and the other one, there was a lot of tourists in the background, and the camera was doing this like psychotic disco thing where it kept randomly selecting a face from all the different people.
Yeah.
It was...
It's what happens when you're filming live in your yarn shop.
Exactly. I mean, there was also an incident this week. I do a live for another platform, which is our online learning system, the Flock Online. And the live started while I was in the back seat of an Uber. Because by the time I finally left the house, I was like, well, it's time to start the live. I guess this is the joy of modern technology. Come on a car ride with Ethan.
Yeah.
For all of you who watched that, I hope you took motion sickness pills first. Now, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to tell you about our very exciting projects. Emily's obvious finished object. I clearly forgot to bring in what I finished, and someone else blocked for me. Yikes. So we'll go through all of this, and what we're going to be knitting next, and what we're going to be knitting with when we come back.
Yeah.
All right. So, Emily.
Yes.
What are you working on?
Well, I am sort of filling between big projects.
Right.
With a
gap filler.
Sock. And I've got, you know, people talk about socks and they say lots of words that sound scary, like heel flaps and gussets and all sorts of things.
Oh my.
It's easy as.
Yeah, I know.
It's not scary.
Trying to share this for years with people. So I'm glad that you are now here to share the reality of sock knitting, because no one believes me.
Yeah, it's real easy.
It's super easy.
It's
so you used a super cute mini set.
Yes,
that you got.
So this was like a mixture of colours, not all of which we have, but we have this green, which is called...
Yes, we do.
How do you say
Harry
it?
Dot?
Okay. I didn't get that. Could you try
Surprising.
again?
She's here to help everyone.
Yeah, so this was a free pattern. It's called the Colour Palette Socks. And I'm not quite following it properly, but I just wanted to experiment and try a sock because I've never knit one before. And I just picked a free pattern so that, you know, there was minimal
risk.
Yeah. And it's just fun having little sections of different colours.
I agree.
And this is a heel flapping gusset.
It is, yes. It is a slip stitch heel flap and gusset, a traditional top cuff down sock.
Yeah.
Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Thank God.
So that's what I've also, because I've finished this.
Yes. What is this?
This is what my chestnut that I've been working on. So this is the Gather Sleeve Cardigan by Purl Foundry.
Boop boop.
And it is going to be out next week. So you can keep an eye on the Instagram? And
I got to see 2 different versions of it up in Auckland as well.
Yes, yeah.
So I saw Katrine's super sexy one in her yarn.
Hers is like a dark blue.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I believe that she did it in her rustic base. It was quite cute.
Yeah, nice.
And I saw Katrina's as well, which was in Forest, I think.
Yes, in Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really fun. It's got these gathers at the front of the sleeve, so they're not on the back as well. It's just at the front. And like a I-cord
V-neck.
V-neck.
Yep, a V-neck with a contiguous I-cord supported button band.
Yeah. And it's just nice and it's comfy. It's drop shoulder.
So it starts at the back neck, correct?
Yes.
And
So you
how do
start with
build
the
this
back
guy?
collar.
The back collar.
And then do like a bit of the back neck because it has these, I don't know what these things are called.
It has a modified drop shoulder, which I do think is quite cute.
Yeah. And
Not
it lets
a
you
huge
do this.
fan of it when it's constructed like this.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
But it was quite interesting to do. And then, so you did that back bit and then you pick up along this edge and start coming this way. And so I really love it. And this color is going to go with so many things.
Literally, I don't know.
Cannot wait.
We've discussed this already in the podcast, but Emily wears quite a lot of orange and orange accented things. And someone early days when she was casting this on was like, but why would you make it in orange? Just for clarity, everyone, Emily, open to all colors. Ethan hates orange.
I wear lots of prints and a lot of my prints have orange in them.
True.
And I've been getting real mad the last few weeks going to wear a skirt that had orange in and not being able to wear this yet. So now I can.
You're free.
I'm free.
So is that everything that you've got on the go?
No, I also finished my second hood.
Yes, Harris Hood 2.0.
So this one is Acadia.
In case you're
and
wondering,
Thistle.
I am trying to convince everyone to do a march to the music from Margaret Atwood. It was turned into a book. It's not
Handmaid's
Alias
Tale.
that one. In our hoods.
Are you making that?
I am making a hood. It's at home.
So I used Acadia, which is silk and alpaca from the Fibre Co, and yarn floozy mohair. So it has like a cool kind of Mali effect. So that is that. So I'm back on my tessellated cardigan, which I abandoned several projects ago for knit-along reasons.
Left to die.
And I was not very good and did not write which size I was making or where I was up to, but I figured it out and we are back on track.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's what I'm working on.
That's so good. Well, I have remembered to bring one project that I'm working on, which is going to take the rest of my life, apparently. Mostly because I've been genuinely just very busy with the business and traveling and events and
classes.
honestly, yeah, and like it's the good bad of it's gonna get busier before it gets slower. So we are gonna be offering classes again in person starting at the end of June. So that might even be July at this point, honestly, because there's one more event to survive, and then we are done for the season. Well, the shop is done for the season. I am not. I have one more, which is Knit August Nights, and then next year I will have Knit August Nights followed shortly by Rhinebeck. Yes. Myself and some other New Zealand designers are going to hop on a plane and Rhinebeck it. Apparently next year. So that will be an experience because I haven't been to Rhinebeck in forever. The nice part is that I can have my mom come meet me. So I don't have to drive in New York State. Because I am real worried about driving on the opposite side of the road again. It's been a hot minute.
I don't think I've ever actually had to drive. I've just avoided it every time.
I have a lot because I grew up there, but I actually, this is going to possibly sound very weird. I prefer driving on our side of the road. It's actually easier, and I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It should be the exact same but mirrored, but it is easier to drive on our
You're
side.
right-handed. Maybe it's like a rock because you're like looking.
Yes, the only thing is it makes driving manual slightly more annoying because I have to shift with my left hand, and I prefer to drive manual than automatic.
You just need a vintage car.
I do. I had one. Rip. For those of you who don't know, I had an adorable escargot, a Nissan escargot that has sadly gone the way of the dinosaurs. It was optional manual, actually, which is kind of a weird thing. So you can click it in and then drive it like a manual, or you can click it over and it drives as an automatic, the one I had. But it was still
You
weird.
can get those big American ones that are like
Yes.
the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, I could. But I think realistically what I'm after in the long term is I'd really like a vintage Nissan Datsun manual drive.
That was one of my car when my mum's car when we were kids.
Yeah,
the yellow one.
That's what I'm after. If you're sitting there or somebody and you have a vintage Nissan Datsun that is manual transmission that is looking for a new home, please ship it to 2/225 High Street, Christchurch.
Maybe not here because there's not really like long-term parking right outside.
No, I'll just leave it on the tram
some
tracks.
tickets.
It'll be fine. People will love that. So I'm working on Windy by Helga. That was the world's longest segue. I'm working on Windy by Helga Isager. I'm using Spinni, which I have to admit, after using it for this, I kind of wish I'd just done it into Vinny. The good news is we have it
Into Vinny.
into Vinny.
In this color.
And this will be the first and last adventure for Ethan with Spinni. It's super cool and fun. It's a single ply lace weight. If I was making like a traditional Shetland lace object, I would use this again. Honestly, it would make a great, beautiful lace shawl. But like most single ply yarns in Ethan, I find it annoying to work with. Which is great because I definitely didn't make a boo-boo on a different order that I'm now going to have to knit an entire garment in a single ply yarn. Oh, I did, guys, I did. I made a boo-boo, but I'm not sad about it, weirdly. I'm complaining a lot about it for someone who's like, well, at least I can play yarn now.
I mean, we might sell it. That's
We
always
might.
another option.
We could, but I mean, then I wouldn't have it. So this is also in number 44, which is Yves Klein Blue. I'm in love. I'm so happy. It is coming along. This is the front, and I'm almost up to the shoulder shaping, and then there's just like about 75 rows of brioche per shoulder and you're done.
Oh, easy.
For me, actually, yeah, the brioche will go faster than the garter. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. So this is the front. After that, I dug around in my stash because I thought I had something lurking after talking to someone, and it turns out I did, but the color is not suitable for the original purposes. Someone asked me if I had some green yarn recently, and I said, yes, absolutely. I have some green yarn that you could use, but this is not the right green for what they asked for.
Is it because it's yellow?
It could also be described as yellow, but honestly, the tag does say green. I checked. So it's not just me. It's called Granny Smith Green. Oh good, there's
Nice.
people coming in. Yay. Maybe not. We'll find out. Actually, yay, but actually maybe no. Anyway, so I have 4 of these little 50-gram balls of cashmere. So this is 100% cashmere in a DK weight. This is a recycled cashmere, and the product is made by a company called Nordic Yarns, and we've just started having a quick chat to them about some fun ideas. So we'll be sure to let you know more. I'm going to knit a version, an update, a new release, if you will, of a 2x2 version of my 1x1 ribbed hat. So I'm going to make a 2x2 version in this yarn, and I will be sure to tell you all about it when it's ready for its release day. The plan with it will be to color block and to make a deep brim. So if you're somebody out there and you're like, surely Ethan's not going to use 4 50-gram balls of cashmere to make one hat, you'd be wrong. I am absolutely going to use 4 balls of DK weight cashmere to make myself one hat.
They're only little balls though.
Yeah, they're 50s.
Yeah.
They'll be great. I'm super excited. This is back, these were wound. I actually can tell you a fun story. These were wound so long ago that I remember doing it, and it's back when my Royal ball winder still worked.
I was thinking they're nice, neat little cakes.
Honestly, the day that Royal stopped making their ball winders, Royal was a Japanese company that made ball winders and Swifts, was the worst day for all knitters everywhere. They were the best. And that's pretty much actually everything I have on the needles at the moment, believe it or not. I have some like long-term projects, top-down brioche cardigan, my Marie Wallen cardigan, but that's actually it. Everything else is either in pieces waiting to be seamed, which is just gonna take time because it's winter here, or is done. I've had a really big needle clearing lately for some unknown reason. So hopefully I'll get this guy done over the weekend and then be ready to jump in on a new project after a little palette cleanser of a hat and maybe a shawl. I kind of went stash shopping today for a shawl project. Would anyone like to hear my boring story about not finding the yarn I wanted? Too late, you're already here. So I went stash shopping today for yarn to make something and had a classic Ethan moment of surely I have to have yarn for this project somewhere. And it feels like I don't.
You basically have no yarn.
Because I was like, I just need
And definitely don't have access
3.
to any yarn.
I just need 3 solid or semi-solid, hand-dyed or non-hand-dyed, 100-gram fingering skeins.
And we definitely don't have any of those.
No, I mean, none of this will work. No. But I really feel like as a knitter at the level that I am, that I should be able to find this in my stash. The number of like 2 and 5 skein sets that I have is absolutely obscene. The number of single skeins that I have is shockingly low. Like almost disturbingly so. Like it's...
I guess you've long been like, I don't want to buy one, I want to buy a garment sweat.
That's the problem.
And so now you have
all garment lots, and I don't want to break any of them to make this one-off throwaway project, but I also like kind of was like, I want to try to knit something from my stash. I've been actually going through, like, this was technically from my stash. I've been knitting from stash. It's been really enjoyable, but I was just like, I haven't built a stash for this. Like, and then I had the moment of, well, I could just do it all in a spin cycle.
I was like waiting for that.
And so that's most likely what's going to happen is I'm most likely about to knit an entire project, a garter stitch shawl, for no reason other than entirely in spin cycle, other than that's the only thing that I actually stash in those quantities, because I stash them in 2s, because that's enough for a yoke for me.
There you go.
The problems of Ethan. I have both not enough yarn and too much yarn.
I think that's everybody.
Right? It's like, I tell people, like, you know, you should build stashes for the projects that you want to knit. You should always be thinking about buying in those quantities. And I actually have a lot of opinions about building a stash. And the reality is, I'm very rarely a single skein of yarn person. I do like the size of 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn for a shawl. And I bought yarn when I was at Wolf Fest, which I literally almost never do. I buy Emily yarn when I go away because I always see something that I'm like, oh, Emily will like that. And then usually I don't get myself anything because I'm usually like, do you have 7? And they're like, no. And I intentionally bought yarn to make a small, simple garter stitch shawl, just 2 skeins of yarn from Katrina at Yarn Floozy, because I love her yarn and she did a one-off color. And I was having an insane moment with this rustic blend that she does that has 10% linen in it, where I was like, I need to not complain about things until I've used them. So I'm gonna force myself to knit this shawl. Force myself. And I'm already certain that I don't like the linen, I'll be honest. The dyeing on it is incredible. Katrina's a genius, but I'm still just like, oh boy. So anyway, the long and the short of this very boring story is somehow we've migrated sideways. We have to shift this way again somehow. I must have bumped the camera or something. Only I can be to blame for this. Either that or you're just gonna have to deal with our off-center video. I'm just gonna leave it off-center. Anywho, yeah. You know, I'm gonna have to find yarn for this project. That's the long and the short of it. So, you know, send yarn, because I could run out at any moment. Okay, we'll be right back to tell you about all the new yarn.
A massive box of yarn.
I just can't find anything in my stash to use. Stop it, this is a hate crime. Yes, so we are blessed by having a lovely human in the shop with us, but we are going to keep recording anyway because they are all good with it. So, boom, boom goes the dynamite, and yikes, wow, did that yarn disappear fast.
Yes.
So,
I mean, it might be gone by the time this goes up, but
yeah.
I thought it would be a crime not to show.
It would be a crime against humanity not to show this.
This
so,
in particular.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Cashmere Merino is back, but there's only 3 skeins in total.
So pretty.
Find it on the website. Now, the bad news is that there's only 1 skein of each of these in existence.
Yes.
The good news is that they exist.
Yes.
So, our potluck subscription has come through as always. Hedgehog Fiber has decided to throw caution into the wind and just pour all of the dye on.
Yeah.
And oh boy, do
We
they know
asked
what
for
they're
dark
doing.
and moody.
And they delivered.
We got dark and moody.
They delivered.
Yeah.
So if you've been looking for that perfect dark and moody skein to round out a project, to use as a contrast for whatever else you're looking for, or just to offset our usual candy-colored wonderland in your fiber diet, we've got you covered.
And I thought this one was really cool. That's like, it's quite different colors for them.
It's really beautiful.
Mustards and yellows. Yeah.
Oh goodness, we might be joined by more friends momentarily. So this might be the world's most chopped up podcast. So, I did promise this was going to be a super chopped up. So let's get into the rest. Oh goodness. Oh my.
So we started talking about these.
We started talking
what
about
I'm
them.
making.
Yes.
And we Look, I brought this time. So this is take 2 of this conversation for us.
Take 2, round 2. Okay. So we have some gorgeous sock sets, don't we?
Yes. We're doing a monthly like spotlight on different sock yarns, and this month is Marmalade Jar. So she's based in Hamilton, and she's got these really pretty pastels.
She does.
And some really fun bright colours.
And like this peridot shade that
Yeah.
we love.
So that green is in the socks that I'm making.
And if you want, you can get a mini bundle
Yes.
of different colors to use to make socks just like Emily's, or to use in my strip cowl pattern, which is available for $1 on Ravelry. And I keep forgetting to tell people about it. Please go buy it.
Yes. So they're really pretty. So these are 100 gram full size skeins and 20 gram, I'm just ignoring what's happening over here, 20
Okay.
gram mini skeins. So you
Yeah.
can like mix and match your cuffs and your ankles and your...
There's not
I
a
love
single
this
one that
one.
I don't love. Yeah, I don't know how there's any of this
Yeah,
left.
you guys are crazy.
Frankly, this one is hydrangea.
So
It is a
pretty.
wild stunner. Lots of little speckly bits, a beautiful wash in the background, and a great contrast color.
Yes.
We also have, in Emily's hands there, my favorite,
Peachy.
Peachy. I wanted peach yarn so badly, you guys have no idea.
The lovely dyers making some socks in this. And
Yeah.
they're really cool.
I have taken one of these home to make some socks. Emily just tried to like use her dark voodoo to try to convince me to make a shawl in it as well. She almost succeeded. How dare you?
This one's Belgian biscuit.
Yes.
I love this pink. I'm obsessed with this.
I'm honestly amazed you aren't knitting socks in it already.
I know.
That's very good
There are
self-control.
reasons for that.
This one is lavender cream,
Yes.
which is beautiful. And then, I'm sorry, I picked them all up, so I'm
It's
just
okay.
going to finish showing because I got
Yeah.
them all. This, and I don't want you reaching my lap because it's going to look real weird on camera. This one's Chili Flakes, and we're not certified that. Sign up for our Only Grands account. That's knitting content after dark. We're knitting meets sexy. No, I'll stop now.
Please
And
do.
this one is cherry cheesecake.
At time of filming, there's only one of those left. So
Ooh, yikes. Good luck, everyone. And we have
Yeah.
already sold out of one color at time of filming, which we're not showing you because we're kind,
Yeah.
but these aren't going to last long. This one is lilac. It is just the breath of spring.
and it's really hard to see maybe in the photos, but in person, there's such like
Yeah.
variation in the color. It's really like
It's
delicate
really beautiful.
and pretty.
And last, and certainly not least, peach blossom to
Yes.
fully sustain and fulfill my peach lust at the moment.
Yeah, peach and hot pink.
Which brings us to the next yarns. Yeah.
Speaking of peach lust,
Speaking of peach lust, we've had a restock on Isager yarns. We're going to be doing this quite a bit, but we thought we'd introduce you to 2 of the new colors on Spinni, and we do not have quite a matching shade because it wasn't available on Silk Mohair, but we do have the matching shade for this. And tell me this isn't stunning in person.
it is amazing. And speaking
Yeah.
of matching, I'm just going to jump ahead
Yeah.
because we also have the same color on the Alpine.
56. Memorize your color numbers and get excited about them. We're going to make Isager jerseys, like team. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Like Isager team shirts that you can buy your favorite color.
Nice.
44.
56 or 17, 19, pink.
Can't decide.
Yeah.
So, 2 new colors. Actually, I should hold those back up to the camera. Sorry, everyone. Oop. 2 new colors
there's more
on
than
Tivini.
2,
There's a
but-
whole bunch. I went a little nutty on the
There's
Tivini.
quite a lot of blues. There's some really pretty blues.
Well, it's because rumor has it that you might be casting on with some
Maybe.
soon
Maybe.
to make something by a certain someone whose name has never been uttered in this shop before.
Just a small little knitter.
Yeah. She is literally a small little
Yeah.
knitter.
Yeah.
We also, in the always exciting Alpaca 2, we have a restock of Midnight and the Black, number 30, but no peach, because it was not peach. And I was very upset at the time, and now I'm regretting it.
They have like random colorways that have names instead of numbers.
Yes,
And
I'm
that
sure
was one
there's a
of them.
reason.
Yeah.
Because
They're probably
it's them.
special editions.
Most likely. But we have this beautiful new palette. Can you hold yours with mine? Ooh, yes. Of Alpaca 2 for you. You can hold this single. You can pair it with Mohair. You can pair it with Alpaca Boucle. You can hold it double. You can hold it with a strand of... Yeah. I also got some new Alpaca Boucle colors because they are rolling out new ones online. And I almost died when I saw this. I don't know
So
why.
pretty.
It was so beautiful, and it's
Yeah.
even better in person. So we've got on Alpaca Boucle 2 new colors. That's right. Number 100, which has fast become a favorite of mine.
It's like a dark
And
navy.
98. 198. And now, 2 new products that I ordered in pretty much the same colors. Because I'm fixated.
On East Clan Blue. prepared for this to be in every item we sell in the shop.
Every single one.
Everything.
This in pink. So, I mean, someone once told me that I couldn't make a yarn shop that was entirely pink and blue. And you know what? Turns out I can, can't I?
Sock yarn.
Sock yarn from these guys, which is super, super lush. It is a blend of nylon, alpaca, and merino. It's super, super gorgeous. It is machine washable, which is exciting because this is, I think, their only fully machine wash wool product. So it's easy care. It's super beautiful. They're 50-gram balls. So if you're doing shorties for a woman up to a size 9, you'll only need 1 ball. But you can also mix and match and do stripes and all sorts of things. And we just thought it was a great commercially made sock yarn option. Also, not to be underestimated for garments.
Yes.
And last and not least, Isager tweed. So people have been asking us for a real tweed and a fingering weight for quite a while, and Isager has delivered. This is a mohair and wool blend that is a true tweed. It's manufactured in Ireland for them, and it is completely beautiful. Lots of tweedy effect. We are starting off with bottle green, raspberry, and navy blue?
Navy, yeah.
Boom. So we've got those 3 to start with. There will be more colors added to both the sock and to the Isager tweed over time, but yikes. Let's get amped up for some Isager. Okay, so I think for the moment, that's everything. If that wasn't enough for you, we'll try again next week with new items and see if that's more to your liking. But from us to you, do tune in next week because we are gonna start talking about different applications of mohair as we start to introduce you to the first of several different mohair yarns, including that Isager tweed that have non-brushed mohair in them. And we think you're gonna love it. So that's it.
Okay.
Bye.